Welcome to the Newsome MMA podcast, sponsored by CBD Life UK. I'm your host as always, Newsome, and tonight I'm with heavy duty fighter, the South African phenom and the UFC Lightweight champion, Martin the Punisher van Staden. Thank you for joining me tonight, Martin. How are you doing, man?
No, thanks for having us. Looking forward to the interview.
Absolutely, the pleasure's all mine. So, EFC Lightweight champion, how does that sound, and is it totally sunk in yet?
Yeah, look, it has, and it's short-lived. It's only been four months since I got the title, and I'm already defending. But looking forward to this challenge in Dave Mazzani, eh?
Yeah, for sure. And just a quick one regarding when you won the belt. The knockout you delivered to win the title against Gavin Hughes was really impressive, man. Were you aware it was the beginning of the end when you landed that devastating knee, and what was going through your mind once you saw Hughes drop?
Yeah, no, I like to make sure that once I landed a good clean shot, I'd like to finish. Sometimes the ref has to stop you, but hey, at that moment I was really excited. I just wanted to get the fight over. It meant everything to me winning that strap.
Absolutely. And you're getting back in the cage at EFC 72 in Cape Town, South Africa to defend the title. Your opponent, as you've already mentioned, being Dave Mazzani, who's 16-7 fighting out of Las Vegas in the USA. So how much do you know about Dave Mazzani?
Yeah, no, I know quite a bit about him. He's fought in our promotion from the very beginning. He was one of the first lightweight champs. He then went away and came back, and I've had since then we've had two teammates compete against him, one losing and one winning. So yeah, I know quite a bit about him, and we're ready for that guy.
For sure, and it
Yeah.
sounds like if you've had two teammates fighting him previously as well, the blueprint might be out there of how to go about the guy. But is tape studying a part of the preparation in camp, or do you totally focus on what you're going to be doing inside the cage?
No, look, I analyze my opponents well. I make sure I know exactly what they're going to do and what their instinct is when they're inside there. We know
Sure.
Dave's going to come out and rest us. And we've prepped accordingly, and you know, looking forward to this one.
Absolutely. Is it yourself that runs the tape on your opponents, and in this case, Dave Mazzani, or is that down to your coaches, or is it a mixture of both?
No, look, it's a mixture of both. My coach looks at well, obviously dissect it, and I'll dissect it, and then we'll sit and we'll strategize around it and make sure that everything we do is geared towards the game plan and the openings and the holes that we see.
Sure. And you mentioned the game plan there. Do you prepare your game plan based on the strengths and weaknesses of your opponents, or again, do you just totally focus on your game plan and executing what you need to do based on your own strengths?
Yeah, look, I obviously focus and try and keep the fight where I want to keep the fight. So we like to keep it on the feet. We know Dave is a grappler, so we're going to do everything in our power to keep it stand. Um, look, nothing ever goes according to plan inside there. So you got to make judgment calls when you're inside there. So the game plan is in place, but we're going to fly by the seat of our pants as it comes as well to make it work.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
just overall, Martin, how has your fight camp gone, man? And I'm assuming it's been a Fight Fit Militia, right?
Yeah, look, uh, used to be with Fight Fit Militia. There's a bit of a separation now in the gym. The fighters have moved across, and we strictly train with Richie Kwan now, who was our head coach at Fight Fit Militia.
Okay.
So we've just basically moved gyms, but we still fight and train under the same coach. Yeah, but what
I
was the
mean,
second part of the question? Sorry, I missed
yeah,
it there.
how's the fight camp gone?
Oh,
Is it gone smooth? Is it gone well?
yeah, the prep's gone awesome. It's been, I think, 12 weeks I've been training now. All the hard work's done. Now it's all about recovery, making sure that the weight's on point, and yeah, stay healthy. But
Sure.
everything's gone according to plan, man. Feeling great.
Yeah, that's brilliant to hear. And so you mentioned that you're going to be trying to keep the fight standing. That's where you see your advantages against Dave Mazzani with him being a grappler. So ultimately, how do you see the fight going down? Do you see yourself being able to stuff those takedown attempts and keep the fight on the feet and really pick him apart? And can we have a prediction from you?
Yeah, look, I'm gonna put pressure on him and try and finish him. He's a pressure fighter, so I want to pressurize him and look for his shots and capitalize on that. If he does shoot, I know he's gonna drive me against the cage and try and ruffle me up there and drag me to the ground. But I'll make sure, the whole camp was geared towards, stuffing his wrestling and making him work and making him play in those positions. So if he gets me in a bad position and make him pay, make him bleed, nothing for free in this one.
Absolutely. And are you predicting that knockout?
Yeah, look, I'm running a 4-fight knockout streak now. I want to make it 5, and then in the next steps, the UFC, man.
Absolutely, and to be honest with you, you've just hit 2 points. That the next thing that I was going to talk to you about. So
Yeah,
with the win at EFC 72 and the title defense, it's really going to make a lot of noise in the world of MMA. You'll be 20-9 with at least 15 of those wins coming via knockout, and then you look at what you've just mentioned with your streak. It'll be a 5-fight win streak too. Man, there's a really, really solid chance that the UFC are going to come knocking, and I honestly don't think anyone would be surprised if they did. So is this something you've thought about, and is this something you've considered?
yes, no, definitely. Look, it's always been since I started fighting in the first fights I watched. Chuck Liddell and Tito Ortiz 10 years ago, and that inspired me to fight. In the UFC one day, and everything that I've done up until now has been towards that goal. And I think, well, I know after this fight, after I've knocked Dave out, the UFC will pick me up, man. I'm a lightweight that's got devastating power, man. I touch guys and I put them to sleep. There's only a handful of guys in the UFC that are like that, so I'm gonna be one of them. I'm be making big noise when I get there.
Absolutely, and I'm guessing you feel ready to step into the UFC and enter that lion's den of a lightweight division, right?
No, 100%. I've already know who I'm gonna call out first. So as soon as I get that contract, I'll be calling out the names.
Absolutely, and do you know what? You're a step ahead of me in this interview as well, because the next thing I was about to ask you is, would there be a name of a fighter you'd like to welcome you to the octagon?
Yeah, I would like to fight Anthony Pettis, man. I think the guy's got mad stand-up skills and he'll stand and trade with me.
That's a really, really big call out. That's very
Yeah,
interesting for sure. And finally, Martin, what message would you give to Dana White after a win on August 11th?
yeah. The message, don't know what. Be ready. This is South African fighter going to step in the cage and show him what South African fighter is all about.
Sure, man. And that's all she wrote, Martin. So what I'm going to do now is, as I do with every fighter that joins me on the podcast, is I'm going to give you the opportunity to shout out anybody you need to. Sponsors, coaches, friends, family. I know this might have put you on the spot a little, but just please take all the time you need, man. There's no rush. The floor is yours. Take it away.
No, thanks so much. Yeah, man. Just want a big shout out to all my sponsors, man. IEP, 4 Out Duty Trucks, RDG, Pick and Pay, and Venom Oxygenate, and all my service providers, man. Without those guys, I can't do my job. Uh, PCPS, Eventify, my chiropractor, my tattoo shop, and Drip Drop. Thanks so much, guys.
Awesome. And
And
just,
to my yeah, and to
sorry,
my
go on.
coaches, yeah, man. Yeah, sorry, man. And to my coaches, Richie Kwan and my team. I love you guys.
Sweet. And just the usual message from myself, if you're listening to this podcast on the Newsome MMA YouTube channel, it's also available on the Newsome MMA website too, along with so much additional content surrounding all aspects of MMA. It really does have something for everybody on the website. We've got betting services, betting advice, MMA podcasts, a DraftKings section, specific content coming from heavy duty fight management as well. And also, please check out the sponsor of Newsome MMA, which is CBD Life UK. You can access the offers from my sponsorship by clicking any of the banners on the Newsome MMA website. And you can also get 15% off your first order too by using promo code Newsome MMA. So once again, Martin, I just want to thank you for taking the time to talk to me tonight. And I also want to wish you the best of luck at EFC 72 on
No,
August 11th as well.
no, thank you, Adam. I appreciate it.
Thanks a lot, Martin. Goodbye.
Take care.